Next up, lot number 50A. The supplements to the spring catalog. Tom Thompson.
Thank you. Lot 120, 320,
$8,000. And sold $1,050,000.
Selling now, $1,450,000.
An artist's reason for being is to create a body of work whose meaning transcends time through history. To accomplish this coveted immortality is somewhat of a mysterious journey. Andy Warhol did it with soup cans. Warhol didn't invent the pop art movement of the 60s, but he was its iconic superstar, amassing billions of dollars along the way. Today, many of the great Canadian artists who redefined Canada's art scene in the past are only becoming popular now, as auction houses and collectors seek out these masterpieces. What are the roadblocks that face Canadian artists struggling for recognition today? 8 talented artists share their secrets of making it into the centric circles of the art world. In 1912, Tom Thompson and the Group of 7 shocked the world with their provocative landscapes. Critics of the day didn't believe it was worthy of being called art. Thompson ended up being the most significant Canadian artist of the first half of the 20th century. Did Thompson have to die for his paintings to trade in the 7 figures? In the 1940s, abstractionist Paul-Émile Bourdois led an artistic group known as Les Automatistes, who wanted to modernize Quebec art. Bourdois' star student, Jean-Paul Riopel, went on to be represented by New York City's prestigious Pierre Matisse Gallery. Riopel was a unique blend between the European and North American avant-garde, a cross between Jackson Pollock and Matisse. He enjoyed incredible popularity at a time when abstract painters were worshipped like movie stars.
You would never believe how appreciated he was, how a huge star he was. And he was capable, being such a star, of having all those galleries and museums invite his friends, his other artist friends, to be exhibited and promoted.
In 1949, he moved to Paris, where he capitalized on his reputation as the wild Canadian.
Riopel was associated with a group of artists in Paris, some of whom didn't stay there, let's say like Sam Francis, for example, or the critic John Ashbery. But at a certain time, they vitally participated in the construction of his artistic identity. And that forged who Riopel was as an artist.
In this global market that we live in nowadays, contemporary global art market, an artist may be a Canadian or Quebec born, but he'll never be as big or as amazingly successful as Riopel was.
It's because he's in Paris, because he's in dialogue with European art and with New York and American art, that he is Jean-Paul Riopel.
Since his death in 2002, his work has been reaching huge prices at auctions.
One of the keys to our business is getting the great consignment, getting the $1 million Riopel or the famous Bourdois painting or the $1 million Emily Carr. So it is important for an artist to be able to sell an auction and have that secondary market, but it takes time. They have to have galleries across the country.